G'day everyone, Jason Foss here from the Capricornia Chamber of Commerce, here as usual with President Phil Henry. I looked at the date before we started shooting, so I know it's the 27th. I nearly said 26th, that was yesterday.
That's right. Yesterday was Australia Day, we can remember that.
Day, yep.
And today's the day after.
And we're down at the alley down at Yeppoon today, a little overcast. So hopefully we managed to get through this without getting rained on. Fingers crossed,
Indeed,
touch wood. And
not that there's anything wrong with drain.
No, there's not,
Well,
but
no.
It's better off when you're inside if it's
good.
going to start to rain rather than outside.
Fair enough. Okay.
So January is almost over, which means it's not long to go now till our February general meeting. Special guest this time.
A bloke called John Hale, the strategy guy. I've got his CV in front of me. There's quite a lot there. He's done a lot of work at very senior executive level with different companies in different sectors. He's obviously got very broad experience. He is well known down in Brisbane as being an excellent speaker on the nature of strategy and taking you back to basics, literally having a look at how you operate and what that means for the businesses that you're operating, what you're trying to do. It's being structured as a masterclass, so very interactive. If you come along, and please do come along, come and register, you'll be sitting at tables and you'll be working.
I was just going to say that it's not the usual kind of meeting that you might have been to in the past. This is actually a workshop or a masterclass, so there'll be workbooks, it'll be 90 minutes, you'll actually come away with something. And I mean, it's going to be February when it happens, the 7th of February, but close enough to the start of the year. Good opportunity to just plan out what is the next 12 months going to look like, and what sort of stuff should you be doing, with a strategic mindset rather than just chasing the nearest thing that grabs your attention, being too reactive all the time.
Exactly right. So we're very pleased to be able to bring John to you. It's something different than what we've done before, getting a high-profile speaker in from outer region, just to help everybody reflect on how they're sitting, really, how you're sitting personally and how you're sitting professionally and how you're sitting business-wise.
And not just that, the format as well, the workshop format will be something a little bit different from what we usually do, so that should be good in and of itself, I think.
Terrific. So you know where to register on our website, capricorniachamber.com.au, and there'll be a link there.
And that is on the 7th of February. That's a Tuesday?
I believe so, yes.
Definitely the 7th anyway. Not sure what day of the week it is. I think it's a Tuesday. Pretty sure it's a Tuesday.
And we're at the Customs House.
Yeah, different venue as well.
Which is good. So upstairs I think we are in the Customs House.
Yes, we are upstairs, yeah.
So given that there's nothing else there at the moment. But it's a...
By that time of the afternoon too, I reckon parking should be all right as well.
Yeah, no, I reckon.
So you should be able to park on Key Street, in front of the Customs House building there.
Yep.
No excuses not to come.
Indeed. We expect to see you there.
Now, we rely on Phil for all of our calendar setting and appointments, and so he knows exactly when our first coffee of the year is this time, doesn't he?
The next one, yes. I know when the last one was. I was at it.
So there's a bit of a mix-up in case you're wondering.
I need to read things more closely. Yes. So apologies for that if anybody felt confused, but so no, the first coffee meeting of the year is on Wednesday the 22nd of February. It is again, as we were indeed this week, at Jolt Parkhurst, and it's being sponsored by the Manufacturing Hub. So Department of Manufacturing, Regional Development and Water, I think is the whole department, but Steve Smith there, and he's very kindly offered to be the host.
Pretty good coffee out there at Jolt Parkhurst there.
It's all right, yep.
That should be another good morning.
Yep, so put that one in your diary as well. Register for that one on our website again so that we can pass the coffee orders onto the folk there at Jolt.
Registration for that one is free, obviously. It's, we sort of, the Manufacturing Hub are sponsoring, so coffee's on them. But if you jump onto the website and put your order in there when you register, that just makes everything a lot quicker and smoother on the morning. So just looking a little bit further ahead, early March we've got something special coming up as well.
Yeah, that's right. So 1st of March will be the following or the members' event of the year. And it's on basically around the general theme of mental health, which is a big topic. And it's a big enough topic that the state government's actually put some funding aside, and we have put in a bid for a grant to do some stuff through the year, but we'd already started to organise this one on the 1st of March with 3 or 4 local speakers with professional quals or real life experience in that sort of mental health area, and particularly as it applies to business. So particularly if you're hospitality is probably the one that springs to mind, that was really badly affected through COVID with the mandates and everything, and that's affected a lot of people. So there is quite a bit of effort going in around the state, and indeed more broadly, but here we'll be kicking off on the 1st of March with some very, very useful information for you. So just put that one in your diary, and we'll be following that up with more detail fairly shortly.
So we've also got a bit of a ring road update, Phil. You went to a meeting day before yesterday.
Yeah, Wednesday this week. The other economic organisations were there. Capricornia Enterprise was there, Advanced Rocky was there, all the relevant government departments, and this was put on by Department of Transport and Main Roads. Their Director General, Neil Scales, who was up for the big public meeting in about November last year.
At the Red Line, yep.
He had promised to come back, and indeed he has, but there's been obviously some public announcements since then that a deal's been done between the state and the feds, and the money is back in place. So there's a fair bit of backroom work's been going on since then about how to restructure the project. So can't really say too much at the moment, but the project's back on track. It'll be a longer one than originally envisaged. It was originally going to be about a 3-year project. You're probably looking at 5, maybe 6 years now. The local DTMR people have been working very hard on structuring that so that your work is continuous, so there's no real gaps.
Yeah, I don't know if that's not necessarily a bad thing either, I don't think.
No, it's a good thing.
So, you know, all still going ahead as planned, just instead of trying to, you know, take the pressure off the accommodation situation and some other bits and pieces by stretching it out a little bit.
There's some very interesting stuff. The official record of that meeting will come out fairly shortly, I'd hope, because I asked them to do that. That in terms of accommodation, what everybody is aiming to happen is that there's some permanent accommodation, appropriate accommodation, made available for any workers who are coming into town, rather than dongers, work camps. Is to avoid that. I mean, there's a the prime contractors are always looking to save money, and that's the easiest way for them to do it, but everybody in the room was agreed that we're also looking for some legacies from this project.
That's exactly what I was going to use, So, you know, we want to, the feeling that I got from just reading your notes, rather than I wasn't there, but a legacy, a useful legacy after the project is finished, is on everybody's to-do list, and I think that's really important. Yeah, that's a good tick.
That's the word that's being used, so that's brilliant. I guess other things we're looking at is maximising local capability, which includes investing into upgrading individuals' capability in businesses, but also making sure that as much of this work as possible goes to local contractors and further down that sort of supply chain into tier 3, 4, 5, that sort of thing, and everybody's on board with that.
So I think that's definitely a key driver across the board, but certainly something we'll be focusing on is making sure that as much of that work is done locally as is possible. And we want to make sure that therefore the flow on from that work stays in town here, which helps out local business, like, you know, the cafe that we're at the moment, through to the smaller retailers, and everybody in town can benefit from that work that's being done.
That's exactly right. So there'll be, as I say, there will be some official announcements coming out, and probably once they sign the contracts, which is still a couple of months off because there's a fair bit of hard negotiating still to happen, then it'll be all systems go, and we'll keep you up to date with all of that.
All right, so as it starts to get a little bit dark, and I'm concerned that it might start to rain soon, I thought I'd fire up ChatGTP and see if it could suggest some funny ways we could end the video.
Really?
You want to hear what it suggested?
Yeah, please.
Number 1, make a silly face or gesture. Number 2, deliver a pun or one-liner. Number 3, break character and laugh at yourself. Number 4, pretend to be surprised by something off camera. What in the world is that?
That's a building.
It was too. Do a silly dance or physical comedy routine. We might give that one a miss. End with a surprising or absurd reveal.
No, I'm not doing that.
Give a mock serious sign-off, then break into laughter. do a clever visual effect like a video freeze or a screen crack, make a reference to a popular meme or internet joke, end with a cleverly edited outtake or blooper from the video shoot.
Oh, isn't that what we're doing?
Probably.
Yes.
So
yes.
there we go. We're using AI to try and figure out how to end this video. Any of those kind of float your boat?
What it prompts in me, Jason, to make a serious ending out of what was meant to be a humorous, is that this form of AI, so ChatGPT, all it is doing is scraping off the internet stuff that's been done elsewhere. There's nothing innovative about it. There's nothing new about it. In terms of content.
No, I agree with you. I read an email from somebody, an email newsletter that I subscribe to, and the illustration that this fellow used was these AI tools are a bit like power tools. They're not doing anything new, but they are doing it far more efficiently and at scale than, if you had an old drill that did that and you had to try and work on a construction site like that. Power tools obviously speed up that process a lot. You still need a person to hold the drill, and the person holding the drill still kind of needs to know what they're doing, but certainly they can get through their work much faster with the power tool compared to the manual tool. And I've been playing with ChatGTP a fair bit, as many people have, and it's really amazing what it can do, but garbage in equals garbage out. If you don't know what it is that you want to ask it in the first place, it will give you rubbish. Because it's not coming up with anything new by itself.
No, it's somebody else's old.
So it's definitely a tool to watch, but it's not a magic cure for everything.
But how to finish off this? Here comes the rain again, rolling, what is it? Falling on my beer like a melody.
Oh, look, I can't top that. We're going to leave it there.
That's enough from him.
See you in the next. And that's enough from me.
Bye.
See you next time.